Welcome back into Market Day Report. I'm Scott Shelly. Excited here on a Friday afternoon, almost to be afternoon. Let's take a look at these reversal in prices. Let's see if we're hanging on to that reversal. Let's take a look at corn in Chicago. We have a solid 3-cent gain, I guess we could say, right? 3 cents higher in Dees to 6.87, 10 cents off the lows, and about a penny off the high. So that's the strong point. Let's take a look at soybeans. Something similar, just not as much. They're up 3 1/4 cents. We were all lower when I was doing the radio show this morning. 13.94 3/4 is last there. Penny off the highs. Let's take a look at wheat in Chicago. Wheat in Chicago, what's that look like? 7 3/4 cents higher, 8.57. And that is some pretty good going off the lows there, too. And that's Dees. March is at 8.75 3/4. That's up 7 3/4. All of these have turned around, except for, I think, spring wheat. Hard red wheat's up 4 1/4 cents. 9.54 is last. And that, too, is about 25 cents off of its lows. March is up 4 3/4 cents to 9.52 3/4. Spring wheat, what do we got? There, 5 1/2 cents higher. That was lower. Here we go. 9.68 even. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at March. That's at 9.75 1/2. That's up 6 cents. So let's finally take a look at, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We do have some up arrows in the cotton. Dees is up 160 points to 79 even. Let's bring in Todd Horwitz from Bubba Trading. Todd, thanks for joining the show here on a Friday afternoon. Well, what are your thoughts? What's going on? I know you kind of had some kind of off-the-wall things you were thinking about.
Well, I like the grains. I think they're going a lot higher. I think, again, I haven't changed my view. We're getting a little bit of a rally today. It's like back and forth. I think there's a real liquidity issue in markets right now. And I'm just wondering if there might not be some playing around as we get ready to go in the election. Because if you look at crude oil, why is crude oil down? I mean, it's up today, but why is it down so far when supply is shorter? We haven't really cut down on demand. There's a lot of funny things going on as we approach November 8th. And I'm just wondering if we're seeing some pressure because of the lack of volume. Markets that lack volume are a lot easier to hold in tow than markets that are really busy. And we have not really been busy for a long time. In fact, I could make the argument there's a huge liquidity issue right now.
I was going to ask that question. What kind of volumes are you seeing?
About half of normal. Okay.
Really? Really?
Yeah. No, it's really light. I mean, that shows me. I mean, it looks like corn today. We're still under 100K.
So if I want to buy 100 contracts of corn in the front month, what's the slippage on that?
It probably cost you 2-3 cents to get in there.
100 contracts.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the way that wheat took off. It was on no volume. Just a little earlier this morning. This is what I'm seeing is pretty much a lack of true liquidity anywhere. And
I don't know. Have you seen, to your point, real quick before we go? I don't know. I mean, we just had on an options broker from R.J. O'Brien, and he said he's seeing purchasing of the wheat $18 calls are being traded. The wheat $20 calls are being traded. A $25, $30 wheat call spreads being traded. I mean, Todd, that's the doubling and tripling of wheat overnight. Those things aren't going to, that's what that's going to take to have those things pay off. I mean, it's been to your point, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Now, look, again, I think there's a lot better ways to make those trades, but certainly I do think wheat's going to $15.
All right. Well, we got to go. I'll be right back. Hold that thought. I got you. We got to jump to a break here. Let's go take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk more with Todd Bubba Horwitz in Chicago right after this. Paying some bills. All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. Let's jump in and take a look at what's happening over in this cattle complex. How about live cattle? We'll start there. Live cattle in Chicago are, drum roll please, up 25 cents in that Dees contract, 151.92, and that is a tick off the highs. That's a strong board. Still kind of quiet, though. Only 7 cents higher in Feb, right behind it to 154.92. Let's take a look at the feeders. What do we have happening there? Feeder cattle, the Nove contract is up 57 cents, 178.12. Jan's up 180.07 last. That's 82 cents higher. And then finally, let's take a look at lean hogs. What are the piggies doing? Dees is up $2.52, 89.55. All right, Todd, we have 50 seconds. Anything you want to get off your chest when it comes to the livestock?
I think they're in good shape. I don't think there's a lot of room to the upside. Of course, fat cattle keeps going higher. I mean, they keep making new highs. Feeders are pretty flat, and hogs are up towards the upper end of the limit. I think we stay within a $10 range, let's say, back and forth. I don't think there's a lot of movement. I think it'll all depend on what goes on in crude oil and the rest of the economy as we go forward.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to this place now. I mean, this food shortage thing's starting to catch some traction, but I mean, we're going to be at a place where the Feds raise rates so much that nobody's got any money and there's no food. I mean, what's going on here, right? All right.
Exactly.
I
I mean, that's a problem.
appreciate you being on. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thanks,
Todd Bubba Horowitz, he's coming to us from Chicago. We're back in Nashville. I throw this one back over to Suzanne.